Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how I install a 13x4 frontal wig, and that is how the wig looks like. It is natural looking and I'm totally obsessed with it, and I have worn it a couple of times. That is why the lace is already cut and the sidebands are kind of curled. I've worn it I think 3, 4, 5 times, I don't know, but like yeah. So the first thing that I do is try to push my edges away from my face because I will not be doing the ball cut method. So yeah, and for them to like stay put, I do go in with gel. I am using the Movie gel. It works perfectly for my edges and it puts them in place. So yeah, and since I said I'll not be doing the ball cut method, does not mean I will not be wearing the cap. Anyway, so I do go on and wear the cap and try to push it further away from my edges, like leave my edges exposed. Yeah, and I already sprayed lace tint on the cap, so I don't have to like apply foundation on it. So yeah, after putting the cap on, I do go ahead and put the wig on to make sure, like, to place it where I want it to stay. You get what I'm saying? You see what I'm doing? Yeah. Anyways, after doing that, I do fold it a little bit so that I can go ahead and apply the glue. And for this install, I'm only using Ghost Bond glue. I kind of do like it. It works so perfectly for me. And yeah, so I'll be working in sections, and I'm starting in the middle section for it to be easy, you know, to work with, for the wig to stay. This is getting harder by the minute, but yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. So I've already applied the first layer of the glue, and when I tell you this thing dries fast, I'm not actually lying. Like, it dries so quickly. If you like delay for a minute, it will not stick anymore. So yeah, and I will be going in with 3 layers. So this is the second layer that I'm applying, and yeah, just working with the section that I had already started working on. And yeah, I am using a tiny makeup brush, the one that I used to clean my brows. I'm using the back side of the brush to like spread the glue. I found out that this works perfectly for me. So yeah, and while spreading the glue, I do spray it going backwards and back and front rather than side to side. I feel like this is easier than doing, you know, side to side, and it is more neat and spreads evenly. Anyways, I do not have a blow dry. I've said this a couple of times, so I'm just using a paper to like dry the glue. Yeah, but the glue dries really quickly. You could just sit and wait for it to dry, but nah, I could not do that, so I had to improvise. Anyway, last layer of the glue, and I feel like if you're not going to stay with the wig, you could do like 2 layers only. That is actually enough, but for the sake of the video, I had to do 3 layers. So yeah, this is the last layer, and while you're doing the last layer, avoid putting too much glue on top, you know, because you already have like 2 layers. So the last layer should be a little bit lighter than the others. So while I was spreading the glue, I noticed that some parts were drying quicker than the others, so I had to add a little bit more of the glue on top of those parts because I was actually getting scared that it would not stick, like it would dry faster than the other parts. So yeah, once the glue becomes clear, you have to make sure it is clear, but if it is not that clear, it is also okay. You can put the lace on because you don't want to miss your window, because when you do miss the glue will not work and you'll have to put on another layer. So make sure once it dries, you place the lace immediately. Anyways, I am still using the brush that I used to clean my brows with, the back side of the brush, to like make sure the lace sticks on the glue. And what you are going to do is just try and like press it on as you blow any form of wind on it. If you have a blow dry, that will be easier and much better, but like I mentioned, I do not have a blow dry, so I had to improvise. I had to do what I had to do. Yeah, anyway, so that part is kind of secure. You can see I tried pulling it and it was not moving, not going anywhere. So we are going to work on the next part. We're working in 3 sections and we're going to work on the second part. So while you're applying the glue, you want to make sure you do not get it on top of your edges. You want to do this far away from edges, because the point of you wearing wigs mostly is to save the hairline. So do not put the glue on top of your hairline or hair. Yeah, you are going to want to apply the glue immediately where your hairline stops, from where, okay, this is getting harder, but like I hope you understand what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to tell you. So yeah, and as you can see, the first layer had already dried and some parts had not dried yet. You can go ahead and apply the glue because you don't want it, you don't breathe in, breathe out. What was I saying? So the other parts had not dried, but I had to go ahead and apply the second layer because most of the parts were dry. You get what I mean? Most of the parts were dried, so I had to go in with the second layer, but it just worked perfectly. So yeah. And as you can see, it really dries really quickly, really fast. If you delay for a minute, it will literally dry and the lace won't stick. So yeah, so the last layer, I am just doing the same step that I did on the other part. And while you are doing the last layer, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but like when you're applying the last layer of the glue, make sure it is not that thick. Just apply a little bit of the glue. And if you want to know if the glue is ready for you to place your lace on, you can go ahead and use a brush or anything to try and see if it's sticky. So yeah, and after it dries clear, you go ahead and put the lace on top of the glue. And while you're applying the lace, make sure you put the lace where you actually want it to be, because if you put it in the wrong place and you like lift it up again, it is gonna be messy and the glue won't stick anymore and the lace is just gonna be messy. So make sure you know, like, you place the lace correctly on the part that you want it to be. Anyways, as you can see, I'm still doing the same thing that I did in the front part. All I do is take the brush and try to like press the lace on the glue and try and blow some form of wind on it to make sure that it dries and sticks perfectly. So yeah, that is how the other part looks. So basically that's it. Some parts on the front had not stuck correctly. They were not like clinging on my skin, so I had to go ahead and take a little bit of the glue and place it on front of the hairline, in front of the, you know, where the lace is, the lace that is lifting. Yeah, just a little bit of the glue using the brush and try and spread it evenly, and then make sure that it is dry and go ahead and place the lace. Like, try to make sure it blends with your skin, like it merges with the skin. If it is possible for it to be one with your skin, go ahead and do that. Yeah, anyways, while doing that, you wanna, whatever you're using to like make sure it sticks, just don't pull it up. You'd rather roll it in front rather than pulling it up. So unfortunately, I did lose the footage for the other part of me installing the other part, but hopefully you have gotten the idea, the whole idea. So yeah, that is how it looks after the whole install. It was still kind of white, so I and some parts had not stuck correctly, so I went ahead and added a little bit of glue. And if you want your front lace to like be matched with your skin, all you are going to do is take a little bit of the glue using the brush, the tip of the brush, and apply it in front of your lace, literally close to your lace, like literally close to your lace, and go ahead and press it in. Make sure that, you know, it merges with the skin, it sticks, it lays, it, yeah, all those words. So yeah, and as you can see, I tried pulling it and it was like stuck. It was not going anywhere, it was not leaving me anytime soon. So I'm actually kind of proud of that, proud of myself, and the glue, the brush, everything that participated in this event. Proud, I'm just proud. So yeah, I went ahead and did that all around the lace to make sure that it is neat. So yeah, and as you can see, the lace was actually kind of white. I think it's because of the glue, I really have no idea, but we are going to fix that with foundation right now. So don't worry, do not be scared, I got you. I'm gonna show y'all how to make it blend with your skin. Anyways, y'all can see me try to pull it and it's actually not moving. It is not moving. Like, I'm so proud of myself. Anyways, I went ahead and tied it, make sure that it is secure, but I don't see the reason. I honestly don't get the tying part. I just think it was not doing anything, because even before tying it down, the lace was already secured. So just do it because it's necessary, but I didn't see the need for it. But like, whatever. So as I was waiting for it to dry, I went ahead and styled it. I wanted to do a middle part, so I just went ahead and started styling the lace. The number of times I've worn the wig, I've always worn it in a middle part or a side part, so you can see a line already formed in the middle, so it was easy for me to divide it into two. Yeah, and I went ahead and detangled it. The last time I wore this wig, I actually just yanked it off my head and threw it wherever I found it today, so I had to go ahead and detangle it while it was on my head. So yeah, and the good thing about this hair, it does not really like tangle, you know, the bad kind of tangling, so it was easy to detangle, and I love how natural looking it is. I love it. Anyways, after detangling, I think I stayed on with a scarf for like 5-10 minutes, not that long really, 5-10 minutes, because like I had to cut some footage here, but like 5-10 minutes, and that is how it looks after it came off. And yeah, so now I'm going in with my Fit Me foundation by Maybelline 356, the shade 356, and all I'm doing is placing the foundation on the back of my hand, and take a brush and like try to make sure it is blended on the brush before applying it on the lace, because you don't want too much of it again on the lace. Yeah, so I hope you all see it disappearing. At this point, I really didn't want much of it because I was gonna do my makeup afterwards, so I didn't want to apply too much of the foundation on it, but you all can see it disappearing. And remember, this is a transparent lace, so I have done a very good job. If you can still see the lace, stop. Anyway, so yeah, after blending it in, I went ahead and laid my edges. Like I said, I've worn the wig a couple of times, so I've already cut the edges. So yeah, all I had to do was just sweep them down. Yeah, and I actually wanted to try the curling. I've never curled edges before. I wanted to try them, and I ended up burning myself, so I stopped because I could not. Yeah, I had to stop, and do the normal stuff that I always do. And what I'm doing right now is trying to make sure that the edges are like flat and laying towards my face rather than backwards. Yeah, so after that I do go in with my wax stick and make sure the other part goes to the back. Like you all can see what I'm doing, so if I'm not explaining it perfectly, forgive me, but watch the video. Anyway, so yeah, and I am using my flat iron to make sure it lays. The good thing about this flat iron is that it gets hot on both sides, on all around, so there's no need of a hot comb. Anyways, I am using the Movit gel to lay the edges, and you all know the Movit gel is kind of dark, so while applying it you don't want to apply it from where the lace starts, because your lace is gonna look dark. So you're just gonna apply it, make sure it is like on the hair alone and does not touch the lace. Anyways, I just went ahead and swooped the edges, just swoop, literally, nothing extra, nothing much, just swoop, and that's it. So yeah, I didn't want to like lay them down with the scarf, so I just kept pressing until they all dried up, and that is how it looks. And the last time I wore the wig, I had curled the sidebands, so you can see they are still looking curled and all, so I didn't have to do anything extra on them. So yeah, again with the gel, just laying them down. That is it literally for this other part. I did not film the other part because I didn't see the need, because I had already shown you all this other part, and at this point the video was just getting too long and I could not, so I had to leave it here. But basically that's it for this install. I feel like it is super easy. Once you master the art, it will be easy, trust me. And yeah, so for the middle part, I almost forgot this. For the middle part, all I did was apply the wax stick. The wax stick kind of helps the hair to like lay down flat and, you know, bust like flat. So I applied it and tried to lay it down with the flat iron. Yeah. I didn't apply too much heat on it because this is a natural install, so yeah. And after doing that, I went in with my LA Pro Girl concealer and defined the middle part. You all can see where, I don't know if you all can see where the cap that I'm wearing inside starts from, but I was seeing it, so I had to apply a little bit of concealer in the front part to try and blend it in with the cap. Yeah, and I honestly love how it came out. I'm obsessed. I hope you are too. I hope you like the install, you like the tutorial, and if you do find this helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, like the video, and leave a very nice comment down below. If you have any questions about the install, the hair, everything, just let me know in the comment section down below and I will gladly answer you, get back to you. So yeah, I hope you like it. Until next time, bye.
But honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me. If I ever heard one, and I'm still here outside, front line, south side. I've been losing friends and finding peace.